We're about halfway through the first round of the playoffs against the Los Angeles Clippers, and they are just falling apart. They're a team filled with just great talent in Kawhi Leonard. You got Zubac, you got Paul George, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, but they're just not able to get it done. And I understand Kawhi Leonard isn't 100% healthy, but you got James Harden out here who looks like he's actually trying. Meanwhile, Paul George played 30 minutes yesterday and gave you 7 points. Again, Kawhi Leonard, he's obviously not 100%. That's something that we definitely have to talk about, because I was told after game 1, when Kawhi comes back, it's going to be a problem. And since then, we won 2 games. I don't see the problem with the Dallas Mavericks, but I see a big, glaring problem with the Los Angeles Clippers that we definitely want to take a look at in this video. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And man, these playoffs are going crazy. We saw in game 1 where, yes, the Dallas Mavericks did lose to the Los Angeles Clippers, who didn't have Kawhi Leonard, where we infamously only scored 8 points in the second quarter. But after that game, I told you guys I wasn't worried. And a lot of people thought I was crazy, saying, oh, you should be worried. You don't know what you're talking about. Really? Because since game 1, we won the next 2 games straight, winning game 2 and game 3 last night, where the Dallas Mavericks figured out everything that they needed to do to fix what happened in game 1 and win more games. Wouldn't be surprised if we pull off a gentleman's sweep and win the next 2 games. Game tomorrow in Dallas, the game next week in LA. It could easily happen. And the reason why I just feel so confident in that is because this Clippers team, who I was a little bit worried before the series, with a coach like Ty Lue, who is a proven coach in this league, one of the best coaches. You got Paul George, you got James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard, you got Norman Powell off the bench, you got Zubac. They have a good, talented team on paper. And just like paper, these guys are paper thin mentally. Last night, it was just embarrassing. You had Russell Westbrook, who was working against the Clippers. I think he had a Mavericks jersey under his Clippers jersey, because he wasn't doing the Clippers any favors last night. He had more technical fouls than points. And then you got Paul George playing 30 minutes and putting up 7 points. 2 less than Kawhi, who played less minutes. But we got to look into some things real quick, people. In the box score right here, like I said, Paul George, 30 minutes, only 7 points. Kawhi Leonard in 25 minutes had 9 points. Zubac gave you 19. James Harden is trying with 21 and off the bench. 19 minutes, missing all his free throws. Missing all of his 3-pointers. Every shot from the floor missed. Only 1 and 2 from the free throw line, gave you a 1 point. 2 fouls, an ejection, and that's all she wrote. What is up with the Los Angeles Clippers? I don't get it. This isn't the team that I thought we were going up against. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy. They can fall right apart in the first round in front of us and give us an easy walk to the second round, where I do believe will not be hard for this Dallas Mavericks team. Might as well send it to the third round. But after games 2 and 3, I'm fairly certain that this Dallas Mavericks team is going to get it done. And what the Clippers are doing is just sad. Like I said, you got Russell Westbrook, who wants to be Draymond Green all of a sudden. You got Paul George, who's getting locked down by Derrick Jones Jr., as well as PJ Washington, who is also locking down Kawhi Leonard, and just being that junkyard dog for the Dallas Mavericks, and just having Luka Doncic back, not letting anybody put their hands on him. And if you think I'm kidding, I got the footage right here in case y'all forgot. Right here in this play. Let's watch what happened. You got Russell Westbrook flinging Luka, arguing with the ref. Oh, you want to push Luka? PJ ain't having that. Threw a little weak punch, just so sad. And Maxey had to get involved. But there's another angle I want to show you guys that really shows the breakdown of the Los Angeles Clippers, and how even Russell's teammates don't stand for his foolishness. Right after that, do you see any Clippers rushing to Luka and Russell? Nope, they're walking. None of the Clippers want to get involved. They all realize that Russell Westbrook is just being completely childish and isn't doing his teammates any favors by getting into this kerfuffle with PJ Washington and Luka Doncic. That was not a basketball play. I don't know what that was. You are frustrated. You're down by like 16 points to the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas in game 3. Instead of trying to clutch it up, get it all together, and win this game, you want to act like that? You want to get ejected? You want to sell the game for your own team? Like, that's clown behavior. Russell Westbrook is not the player who we thought he was, nor is he anywhere near the player who he once was. But another thing that we got to look at right here, guys, after the game, Kawhi Leonard on if he thinks he can play in game 4. Saying, yeah, the way I feel right now, I'll see tomorrow. But, I want to play. And I listened to the clip, and he did not sound confident at all. Obviously, he wants to be out there. He wants to compete. He wants to win. That's just who Kawhi Leonard is. But he also doesn't play about his health. And when they brought him back in game 2, I thought he was 100% ready. I thought Kawhi Leonard was going to do a number on this Dallas Mavericks team. And he had a pretty good game 2. But in game 3, it just fell apart. He did talk about how he's still not feeling 100%, how his knee's still bothering him. The swelling may not be all the way down. And honestly, the Dallas Mavericks have to take advantage of that, take advantage of everything that we can, from Russell Westbrook being a total clown to Kawhi Leonard not being 100%. And some people are saying that, without Kawhi Leonard, maybe they can beat us. They beat us in game 1. And to that, I'm just like, were you watching the game? Did you see what we did at the end of game 1 to fix those problems? Like, we made the right adjustments. We know what we can get away with now. We know how tough we can play defense to the Los Angeles Clippers. And they're not able to respond in kind. Like, yeah, you're playing physical, but that's not basketball. You're not actually playing defense. You're out here trying to fight. Russell Westbrook also almost took the head off Josh Green earlier in that game. And then before that, he leaped over Luka Doncic on a shot, fouling him. And then before that, kind of tripped Luka Doncic, which made Luka fall and bang his knee, where he is questionable for the game tomorrow. But we'll see. Russell Westbrook, you are a clown and you are not helping your team. Kawhi Leonard, who needs people like Russell to step up, is just not getting any help from his teammates. He's not really playing heavy minutes, only 25 minutes. Meanwhile, Paul George is playing 30, James Harden's playing 30 plus, and the Mavericks, we got guys playing 40 plus minutes. And if this is the best that the Clippers got, pack it up. Sell the team, trade all the players, get some draft picks, because honestly, it just isn't working. But another thing we got to look at right here, people, Ty Lue says that Kawhi Leonard will be listed as questionable for game 4. So even Ty Lue isn't too sure. And of course, Kawhi's been questionable for pretty much every game of this series. I get it. But if things don't look well, maybe they just set Kawhi Leonard out like, look, we're not going to win this series with or without you. Rest up. We'll try again next year, maybe. Run it back. Sure. You'll probably end up in the same position, Clippers. I don't know what needs to be fixed. Maybe Ty Lue needs to get in the locker room and just get these guys together, because it's sad. And again, as a Mavericks fan, I'm happy this is happening because it's an easy dub, but there might be glaring problems for this Clippers team. Also, Paul George hasn't signed an extension. There's a lot of rumors about him leaving the Clippers, and after this type of playoff series, he might be checked out. He may be mentally just done with the Clippers and may want to go somewhere else. But check this out, guys. Paul George, 7 points, 3 of 11 from the floor, 1 of 5 from 3, and he had 5 fouls. Got outscored by Kawhi on one knee. Like I said, Paul George might be mentally checked out and may want to go somewhere else. He still has a few good years left in him, but he doesn't want to waste them with Russell Westbrook being a clown off the bench, James Harden just chucking up threes, Kawhi Leonard's health, which is always in question. Paul George may actually want to go to a contender. Now, where? Don't know. I heard Philly, sure. Joel Embiid could use somebody who actually knows how to play basketball. But, however, that's not our problem. That's the Clippers' problem. And honestly, I hope Russell Westbrook plays tomorrow, because that's only going to help the Dallas Mavericks. But check this out right here. Again, Russell Westbrook, 1 point, 0 of 7 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, 1 ejection, 1 flagrant, 1 weak push, a quadruple single. Man, he's making Draymond Green proud. But whatever's going on with the Los Angeles Clippers, good luck, I guess. I don't wish you the best. I don't hope you can turn it around. You got Russell Westbrook, the head of the clowns, looking like the whole circus. You got James Harden, who's trying to win these games, but getting no help from playoff P, pandemic P, whatever you want to call Paul George, because it ain't PG-13. That is not the Paul George I remember. He is looking like a shell of himself. So is Russell Westbrook, and I understand Kawhi isn't 100%, but he's also looking like a shell of himself, and that team just will not go far. The next 2 games might as well just be in the bag for the Dallas Mavericks. But you can never be too certain. You still got to show up and play those games. Like I said earlier, Luka Doncic is also questionable for game 4. His knee really isn't feeling that well, but we will know closer to game time. You best believe we will be reporting on it. So thank you for making this far into the video. Check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. If you become a channel member, that enters you into all of our giveaways that we do every single month. But until next time, y'all take care. Peace.